We spent every night out. I think I had 250 some combat patrols and quite a few firefights.
Over in Vietnam, I was a forward air controller I was assigned to the Army, the 5th Special Forces, and I called in their airstrikes.
I was like one of the guys, if you ask anyone in the unit. There was no male and female, it was just soldiers.
I feel very blessed that my entire service, 21 years, I got to serve at a time where I feel like America is thankful to our veterans, but also makes me feel, feel kind of bad for, veterans that came before that didn't have that same sort of support when they got home from war. Can you really thank our vets enough? It's hard to answer that.
I love all the organizations that are in Aberdeen. They're struggling in the little towns around us. They're struggling to keep their posts open.
The veterans groups had buildings and they couldn't sustain them. But we all came together, one member from each, and we sat down and we talked about the problems and the solutions.
Due to the lack of a central veteran center, leaders from several veteran service organizations organized an unprecedented new nonprofit aptly called Aberdeen Area Veterans Incorporated.
When I first heard about the project, what really intrigued me about it was the fact that all the veteran service organizations in the area had joined forces to come together to do this. And using a military term, that's a force multiplier. And it's one of those intangible things, but it's powerful.
The first goal of Aberdeen Area Veterans is to build a new Veterans Memorial Community Center to serve as a welcoming beacon for all area veterans.
I think it's important to have a facility like this in the region as, again, this place to meet and connect and to facilitate for our area vets. We don't have that right now, and I think that's been important for a lot of years, and it's going to continue to be even more important as we have more and more young troops coming off active duty.
You once had this really strong bond, and now you keep using the word camaraderie because it's the coolest word to use for what you get and what you gain when you serve, and that's gone. And in order to get it back, that'd be amazing. And I think this would be a good opportunity. I used to think I didn't need it, but now and more as I grow older, I need it bad. I really do. I miss it.
The new Veteran Center will be built on North Roosevelt Street in Aberdeen. It will be over 15,000 square feet and feature offices for service groups, meeting halls, a conference room, museum, computer center, fitness center, and pub.
When the building is done, we're going to have so many opportunities for veterans that they can come and look at and do things that it's a lot more than just that. We're not looking at maybe supporting this with a bar. That's not at all what we're looking at. We have other avenues to approach that we can get money so that we don't have to rely on that. That's one of the concerns people have had, is that it may fold in a couple of years just like the other places. That's why we're not doing it like the other places.
This concept was developed into a fundraising theme titled, Building Common Ground. This campaign will raise $5.2 million for the construction of this needed facility.
One of the biggest challenges for us as a group to raise funds for this facility is to identify all the upwards of 5,000 veterans that are in the Brown County area. If there's somebody that you know that you think would want to be a part of this, or would like to donate to this, or would like to see it happen even, we need those names.
AAVI is accepting gifts of cash, appreciated marketable securities, land or other assets readily converted to cash. Many naming opportunities exist to memorialize a veteran, a family member, an organization or company.
If we can lead the way and get this done, I think we'll see more of it happening, because I've been talking to friends out of state and across the country that they say, wow, that's a great idea.
We lose a lot of veterans to suicide. If somebody's having a bad day, they can go there and maybe have a cup of coffee and talk to somebody and share a few stories, and maybe that'll get them through a day. And then maybe they can come back and do it again, and maybe it'll get them through another day.
You're donating to a place for the veterans to go that really need a place to go in Aberdeen.
How would we encourage somebody to support this? I'd challenge that person to ask a family member or friend that's in the military or has been in the military, and I think they'd reiterate that, you know, a place to gather, a place to get help, a place for connections is just important. You can't get that same connection via a website or a toll-free number to get that help, whether it's minimal help with a form or if it's something a whole lot more serious, that face-to-face, that connection.
Aberdeen has a long, solid history of recognizing and accommodating veterans who have sacrificed for our country. This is the next step in providing memorials and more support for a growing number of men and women who did what they were called to do in the name of freedom.